Available now. Link below.
America, it's time to open your eyes to the truth the mainstream media refuses to acknowledge. In this special report, we'll expose how Elon Musk, a true American legend, fearlessly confronts the lies and deception peddled by a washed-up CNN host named Don Lemon. Now, Musk, armed with facts and unwavering conviction, dismantles Lemon's baseless claims about illegal immigration and its impact on our elections. But that's not all. He also exposes the dangerous consequences of sacrificing medical standards on the altar of leftist initiatives, a reality that Lemon is incapable of comprehending. As Lemon's career crumbles under the weight of his own ignorance, Musk emerges as a shining beacon of reason in a sea of left-wing bias. So don't turn away now, because the truth that Elon Musk reveals in this report will shake the foundations of every liberal narrative. And stay tuned for my final thought, where I'll explain why this story matters to every patriotic American. Now, folks, just like how illegal immigration is threatening the integrity of our elections, these skyrocketing energy prices are threatening the financial stability of hardworking Americans. With power companies struggling to collect a staggering $13 million in unpaid bills, it's clear that we need a solution. And that's where this incredible energy-saving device comes in. Just as Elon Musk stands as a beacon of truth against the lies of the left, this little device stands as a beacon of hope for those seeking to slash their power bills and beat the greedy utility companies at their own game. Don't let yourself be a victim of the energy crisis. Visit don'twastepower.com and experience the incredible cost savings for yourself, an exclusive 65% off. That's don'twastepower.com. Now, in a shocking display of truth and courage, Elon Musk, the visionary owner of X, formerly known as Twitter, confronted the liberal lies and deception peddled by washed-up CNN host Don Lemon in a recent interview on Lemon's new show, which was just canceled, The Don Lemon Show. Now, Musk, armed with facts and unwavering conviction, dismantled Lemon's baseless claims about illegal immigration and its impact on U.S. elections, exposing the undeniable truth that Democrats are exploiting illegal immigration to bolster their political power. Musk expertly explained the mathematics behind his assertion, revealing that the census, which determines House seat apportionment and electoral votes, is based on the total population of the area, not just the number of citizens. He pointed out that illegal immigrants overwhelmingly settle in blue states like California and New York, thereby amplifying the electoral power of these Democrat strongholds. Watch.
Yeah. Can we talk about the Great Replacement Theory now? Some of the things that you post, the Great Replacement Theory, you claim that Democrats, President Biden's immigration plan to open up the border, you said that the president is getting, and Democrats are doing it to get more votes. But undocumented immigrants cannot vote in federal elections, so how is that possible?
Right. Well, you're conflating two things. One is Great Replacement Theory. The other is, which I don't subscribe to that. I'm simply saying that there is an incentive here. If legal immigrants, which I think have a very strong bias to, at least everything I've read, it's a very strong bias to vote Democrat. The more that come into the country, the more they're likely to vote in that direction. But it is, in my view, a simple incentive to increase voters, to Democrat voters. And yeah, so the question is like how? So there's a few ways that this works. One is that when the census is done, the census is based on all people in an area, whether they are citizens or not. So if there are a concentration of people who came here illegally in a particular state or in a particular state, that state will actually then get an increased number of House seats. So the House seat apportionment is proportionate to the number of people, not the number of citizens. So the illegals overwhelmingly go to places like California and New York, and if you just look at the math, if you look at the apportionment with and without illegals, I believe California would lose. I believe the blue state, there would be a net loss of blue states of approximately 20 seats in the House. This also applies to the Electoral College. So you say, like, well, this also applies to electing the president, because the electoral votes are also done by apportionment the same way that House seats are done.
But the reason, Elon, the Electoral College is in place is to balance that, is so that doesn't happen. So what you're saying about it is the exact opposite of the reason why the Electoral College is there. The Electoral College at this point, in our history, gives people who are in smaller states and red states much more of an influence over our elections than people who are in blue states, and the majority of the people in this country. That's what the Electoral College does. It actually does the exact opposite of what you're saying. It protects people who are in smaller states and protects people who are in red states.
Well,
The red states, because they tend to be smaller and less populous.
I think that statement is what you said is true, but what I said is also true, which is that if, as is the case, a disproportionate number of legal immigrants go to blue states, they amplify the effect of a blue state vote. And the math, as I understand it, you can research this obviously very easily on there. It's pretty straightforward to research this. But my understanding is that there would be that the Democrats would lose approximately 20 seats in the House if illegals were not counted in the census, and that's also 20 less electoral votes for president. So the illegals absolutely do affect the who controls the House and who controls the presidency. It does not affect the Senate.
Wow. Pretty clear. And despite Lemon's feeble attempts to dismiss Musk's claims, the billionaire innovator remained steadfast in his conviction. He calmly explained that if illegal immigrants were not counted in the census, Democrats would lose approximately 20 seats in the House and 20 electoral votes for the presidency. And Lemon, clearly out of his depth, claimed that Musk was mistaken, but failed to provide any evidence to support his baseless assertion. Musk's unwavering commitment to truth and reason stood in stark contrast to Lemon's floundering attempts to push his left-wing agenda. As Lemon's show continues to struggle for viewership, it becomes increasingly clear that the American people are tired of their biased narratives peddled by the mainstream media. But Musk didn't stop there. He also tackled the controversial topic of diversity and inclusion initiatives in medicine, warning of the potential dangers of lowering standards in the name of political correctness. In a shocking display of ignorance, Lemon repeatedly failed to grasp the gravity of Musk's concerns. Musk argued that forcing these initiatives could lead to lowering standards in medical school and board certification exams, ultimately resulting in more people dying due to substandard care. Lemon, in a stunning display of willful ignorance, claimed that the actual evidence in history shows the exact opposite without providing any supporting evidence. Instead, he argued that these initiatives were necessary because the alleged racism inherent in the medical system. Watch.
I believe that if we lower the standards for what it takes to become a doctor.
But you're saying if we lower the standards,
Yes.
but do you believe people are dying because the standards are being lowered?
I don't
Or have
think
been
that
lowered?
is yet an issue, but it could become an issue.
Okay. But the actual evidence in history shows the exact opposite. If you look at how minorities are treated by the medical system,
Oh,
most doctors now are white. And there are lots of mistakes in medicine. So you're saying that white doctors have bad medical care? I'm trying to understand your logic here when it comes to DEI, because there's no actual evidence of what you're saying.
No, I said, so if the standards, like let's say, I think that particular thing was referring to surgeons. Let's say a surgeon is asked to, a surgeon in training is asked to do a series of operations under the supervision of a senior surgeon, and they get a bunch of those operations wrong. If that happens, and yet they are still approved to be a surgeon, the probability that someone will die, I think, at some point is high.
Okay, I understand that, but that's a hypothetical. That doesn't mean it's happening.
I didn't say it's happening.
You didn't say it was happening.
I said it will.
But
I said if we lower standards, people will die.
But why respond to something or put something out there that has not happened? Because I could say,
Because I don't want it to happen. I think we don't want to lower standards.
okay, if you look at the history of the medical industry, especially when it comes to Black Americans, it shows the exact opposite. If you look at the Tuskegee experiment and on, only 5% of doctors in America are Black. All of them are white. So are you saying that if the majority of doctors are white, are you saying that and there are still these inequities, right? And there's still mistakes. Are you blaming DEI for that?
No, I'm very basically saying that if we lower standards for what it takes to become a board-certified surgeon or an oncologist or something where the kind of disease we're talking about, if you make a mistake, causes someone to die, then more people will die than if we don't lower the standards. Therefore, we should not lower the standards.
But why do you think they're lowering the standards for minority doctors or women doctors, or?
That's what that's what that article suggested. Yes, at Duke University.
Okay.
Undeterred by Lemon's baseless claims, Musk provide a clear example of how lowering standards could lead to unqualified surgeons passing the board certification exams, resulting in a lower standard of care and potentially patient deaths. Lemon, visibly frustrated, dismissed Musk's concerns as a mere hypothetical situation, to which Musk calmly responded, "I didn't say it was happening, I said it will. I said if we lower standards, people will die." Lemon, unable to comprehend the gravity of the situation, asked, "Well, why would you put something out there if it hadn't happened yet?" And Musk, with the patience of a true educator, explained, "Because I don't want it to happen." As the interview progressed, Lemon desperately tried to steer the conversation back to his claims of racial discrimination in medicine, citing the fact that the majority of American doctors are white, while only 5% are black. Musk, however, remained focused on the crux of the issue, the dangers of lowering standards in the name of diversity and inclusion. He stated unequivocally that more people will die if standards are lowered, and therefore we should not lower the standards. Lemon's inability to comprehend the simple truth presented by Musk serves as a reminder of the intellectual bankruptcy of the left-wing media. As Elon Musk continues to stand as a beacon of reason and truth in a sea of misinformation and bias, it becomes clear that America is waking up to the reality that Musk is right, and the era of deceptive narratives is coming to an end. The American people are yearning for the refreshing truth that innovators like Musk provide. It's time to reject the hollow partisan rhetoric of the past and embrace the promising future that Musk represents. As Lemon's career crumbles under the weight of his own ignorance and bias, Musk emerges as an unwavering beacon of reason, unafraid to confront and correct the misleading statements of the left-wing media. If you got value from this report, tap subscribe. My final thought is next. America, the truth is clear. Elon Musk is a fearless defender of reason in a world plagued by left-wing deception. As Don Lemon's career crumbles under the weight of his own ignorance, Musk stands tall, exposing the undeniable impact of illegal immigration on our elections and the dangers of sacrificing medical standards for the sake of political correctness. It's time for our nation to wake up and embrace the truth that Musk so boldly proclaims. We must reject the false narratives peddled by the mainstream media and stand united in our pursuit of a brighter future, one built on the foundation of facts and reason. The choice is yours, America. Will you continue to be swayed by the lies of the left, or will you join Elon Musk in the fight for truth and justice? Congratulations, you made it to the end of the video. Now keep up your quest for truth with this next news report. And if you found our channel enlightening, join the millions who agree with you. Tap subscribe. Thank you for watching the Next News Network.